Sorry, I farted.
He farted. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you are in this beautiful world? Me and Bumpy are twins today. I gotta turn on your names. Sheesh, look at me.
Come on, turn me on.
Turn you on.
I want to get another T-shirt.
There we go. Oh yeah, I need another one. Mine's going away already. It's fading.
I keep forgetting to put it on.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have one?
Tom wears his all the time.
Oh, okay. It's beer time one or yeah.
Beer time, yeah. And then I've got the white one, and I put it on, and then I end up gonna go to paint, and then I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So
yeah. Oh, well, you can just have a little bit of paint drip on
it. I
it.
wore it to Total Wine.
Oh, sweet.
And people asked me about it, and I told them about you.
All right. Good.
Yeah,
and now the FBI is coming after you.
Oh, shit.
Hopefully not.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Well, I want to welcome first of all to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday. Welcome my panel members here. Not my panel members. That sounds like a crazy guy. The panel members here on this show: Bumpy Road Brews and Art by Sparkle, Miss Lori Finzer. Cheers, Mrs. Lori Finzer. Yeah, cheers. Thank you guys for being here as always. And cheers to the chat as well. We got Burley here, Kettle Heads. Cheers, man. And Hardens James. Cheers. I haven't seen you in a while. Right on. Good to see you guys.
All
right. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a show and tell first. And we'll kick it off after with our full reviews, as always. Hopefully we got something fun and entertaining and cool and good and delicious and all that good stuff. So let's start off with Bumpy and bring him up. Yes.
All right.
Chadeo.
The cheese that I'm bringing tonight has been brought by a few people. I know Miscellaneous has brought this. A few other, it's from Boar's Head, and it is their 3-pepper Colby Jack cheese.
Nice.
Bold, it says. And it's got 3 peppers in it. So those peppers are red and green jalapeno, chipotle, green and orange habanero.
All right.
Looks like this. When I was cutting it up, it is kind of a waxy, bendy kind of cheese. So some of it would stick to the knife as cutting it. But you can see that it's loaded with peppers, and it looks beautiful. The different colorations, the green, the red, orange, and white.
Yeah, that looks great.
Nice looking cheese. I can tell you the pepper aromas do come up a little bit. What I'm going to pair with this cheese is it's a local brewery to me that get out of here, buddy. Local brewery to me that I don't drink a lot of their stuff. I should probably start searching out some of their stuff to drink more. It's called Great Rhythm Brewing Company. They're out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And I always thought that they would purchase by AB InBev, but I guess that can't be possible because they have the independent logo.
Oh, right.
I always thought they were a great, an AB InBev product, but no, they're not. So this is well, first off, the name of it is Black Vinyl. If you look at that label, it looks like a record.
Ooh.
Kind of, sort of.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool. I like that.
And it is a Baltic Porter.
Oh, great.
At 10% ABV. So it's a big Baltic porter. This was canned. It looks like it's 2023, 15, 2023. So it's got a few months on it. Let's go ahead and open it and give it a pour. I probably only had one beer from this brewing company. It was like a very kind of lower ABV pale ale or IPA. So this is a big step up from that. It pours with a nice khaki to mocha colored head. It's kind of a sudsy head, and the color of the beer itself just looks pretty black. I mean, there's no reservoir in this. I mean, it's just a standard kind of canned glass. But yeah, can't see through that. It's black, pretty much. So, all right.
All right, man. Cool. Awesome. Hope that goes well. Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
On to Sparkle.
All right. So, a new cheese for me. We actually bought this at a Safeway on the way home from Tombstone. It's Miscellaneous Craft Beer Cheddar. And it's made with stout.
What?
Yeah, right?
Cool. Awesome.
And so here's my little, let me just bring it. Hold on one second. I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So here is my little display.
All right.
And it's pretty firm. I have a feeling it's going to break pretty easily. And along with that is a beer that Chadeo picked out when he was here, and he left it for me. He didn't leave much beer, but he left this one for me. This is Firestone Walker, Paso Robles, California, Cinnamon Dolce Nitro Stout.
Ooh, I've had that. That's good.
So I'm excited to try this. He thought I would like it. And I'm going to pour it here. I got to open it up. There it is. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Get this. And I got me a new glass today.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
I asked the guy at Total Wine, so I know glasses are important, so which do I use for which? Anyway, he picked this one out for me. So
Cool.
And this goes, according to the can, I pour it straight down.
Yep.
Learning something new every day. Khaki head, not too much. Definitely opaque. But it looks yummy.
Yeah,
so
it does.
It is.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Sparkle.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I have my cheese here, and it is an Old Crock. I don't think I've had this one from them, and it's their smoked cheddar cheese.
I love
I don't
Old
think
Crock.
I have, but it smells really good. Oh my god, it's really smoky.
Nice.
Oh my god, it smells like bacon in here.
Bacon.
So there's it's kind of a hard. We'll go over it, but it's like got a nice. I'm hoping that it has a little bit of that crystallization and stuff. That would be cool. And then this beer, it's a couple months old. It was canned 12.4, but it is an 8%. So I mean, it should be all right. It's from Lagunitas. It reminded me of the East West Kolsch because it's a bi-coastal IPA, the beast of both worlds. So it's where East Coast meets West Coast flavor. So I'm kind of curious. I've never seen it, so hopefully it's not bad. If it is bad for some flipping reason, I've got another one on standby that I can use, but not one of these, but something else. All right. They said it was new, so I always pick the new stuff. New arrivals always have the better dates at this store I go to. Yeah, I mean it's a typical. Well, it's got a little bit of a haze there. Pretty effervescent. 1.5, 2 finger head. Kind of a silky head. Fluffy, big bubbles, little bubbles. Very effervescent. Very dark, deep, rich, kind of dark honey kind of color. A little hazy, but I don't know. We'll see. If it's not good, I got another one. So, all right, that sucks. 2 months. Come on. All right. So we'll go ahead and let's get back to Bumpy and do the full review.
All right. I did sneak a little bit, the very tip of this cheese, which only looked like it had one pepper in it, but let me tell you, it's a spicy cheese.
It's a spice.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait until I get into the further up this rind. Anyways, let's get into this beer here. I haven't actually tried the beer yet. Took a quick sniff. That was it. From afar, we got kind of a roasty tone to it. It's like a breadiness or roastiness. Yeah, it's more of the same, bready, roasty. There seems to be a touch of a fruit note in there, dark fruit. Maybe a little bit of chocolate, like a chocolate roast. A little bit of char, a little bit of like ashen type smell. All right, let's dive on in, see what it tastes like here. Cheers.
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 It's got kind of a smooth mouthfeel to it. The body seems a bit on the lighter side. Carbonation, I'd say, is about moderate. The flavors are much like the aromas. It's kind of this like bread crust chocolate roast with the finish being kind of like a burnt and ashy type thing going on. It seems like a lot of the bitterness kind of follows suit with that kind of burnt note. So maybe some extra bitterness coming from the dark malts that are used in this. Just a very slight touch of like a dark fruit note. But yeah, it's more like a chocolate. Like if you had like a coffee grind that was like intense chocolate notes, where it's coffee, so it's gonna be like you're getting coffee fourth and foremost. But you might notice some of that chocolate, especially if it's intense chocolate in your coffee grinds. So it doesn't really come off like intense chocolate, but there's kind of like it's like a blended chocolate coffee type thing going on. There's a bit of an acridness on the finish. It's very drying to the palate. Like I said, it's kind of like that kind of burnt and ashy, like, and that's like where all the bitterness just kind of like follows suit right up in there. So I mean, it kind of gives way to earthy tones, but it'd be more like scorched earth. So yeah, 10% ABV. I think the alcohol is well hidden. There's no like alcoholic flavors. There's no burning really or warming in the chest or anything like that. So that's good. This one just seems it seems very just basic dark beer basics. There's no real thrills about it, but it seems like it's fairly well done for just being a 10% Baltic porter. And it is a bit more on the bitter side, and that bitterness does seem to come a lot from the darker malts, versus a ton of like hoppiness. All right, let's get into this cheese here again. Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's a lot of peppers in that one. You can smell the peppers though. Out of the cheese itself, I mean, it's Colby Jack, so there's not much of anything. It's a very milky type of a cheese. There's probably some salinity to it, but yeah, you get like it smells like pickled jalapeno for the most part. Cheezers. Yes.
Cheezers.
Right.
It's very chewy. Breaks right down. It's milky, buttery. That one didn't have a lot of pepper in it. I just want to show kind of the bend. I mean, it's definitely a flexy cheese. Let's find one that has a lot of pepper in it here. I am still getting a burn from the peppers. This one has a bit more. You get some of the probably habanero and red jalapeno and stuff in there. A little green jalapeno fleck. I'm starting to get the kind of sweat underneath the eyeballs. So like I said, there's not much to the cheese itself. The pepper notes come off real nice. I'm getting on that bite, there's actually quite a bit of habanero flavor coming through. I don't know if anybody's just eating plain habaneros. I have. It's a bit of a different flavor than a jalapeno. The first one and the other one, the first one I smelled live with you guys had more of the jalapeno type thing going for it. That bite had more habanero type flavors, a little bit of smokiness on the tail end. So that's going to be the chipotle. I'll talk about the first cheese that I ate though, off like when it wasn't my turn. That one had a lot of that kind of like pickled jalapeno. So it had that just like the jalapeno type juice flavor with the heat, and they have a lingering heat. So yeah, and the heat just keeps lingering on. It's nice to kind of pick out the different pepper flavors. Let's grab another one here before I do my cheese. This one's got a little bit of greens, the red. Yeah. Here we go. Then I'm going to drink my beer. So it's a cheesers.
The beers.
Cheers.
I mean, the beer definitely overpowers the cheese. The cheese is basically nothing. The heat does come through. So it's basically like you drink the beer goes down, the peppery flavors come back with the heat. You have a bit of that kind of slight chocolatey coffee type note with a bit of an ashy, a burnt tone, but with some pepper flavors and heat. It does work. It'd be like something like, I don't know, having like a dark mocha, like a dark chocolate mocha mix, like so a little bit of coffee added in with like a dark chocolate bar with some peppers in it, which I don't think is bad. They have spicy chocolates and stuff like that, and I think they probably have spicy coffee too. I don't know. I haven't had it, but I don't think it'd be a bad mix.
No.
Tell me first thing in the morning, but you get those coffee shits, and oh boy,
Come on,
a little beer, and then another slice of this cheese here. Cheers.
Dude, yeah.
There's the cheese.
There it is.
Ooh, yeah, it first kind of brings out more bitterness. Still no flavor from the cheese. There's a lot of that burnt type note from the thing. Now the cheese is starting to kind of come through a little bit of that buttery milk.
Nice.
It's kind of taken away from the pepper flavor a little bit. But now I'm starting to get a lot of that burn. Yeah, so definitely it's better eating the cheese first. I mean, that happens today a majority of the time. And yeah, I'll let you know. I'll continue to kind of do this and see if it really works. How well it's kind of blending versus if this should have been done with something else.
All right.
All right.
Cool. What you got?
Got chapped lips is what I got.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
All right. Thanks, Bumpy. All right. Cheers, man.
Right, cheers.
Sparkle, you are next.
All right. I'm thinking this is going to be an interesting pair, but we'll see. And I'm pretty sure it's just gonna. Oh, it has a little bend. Oh, it does. I'm surprised. Okay, before it breaks. Wow, very creamy. Milk solids. Not a sharp cheddar on the nose. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, let's see what happens.
Cheesers.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. It's a sharp cheddar, but it's not an extra sharp cheddar. Very creamy, milky. Very soft on the tongue. Kind of coats the tongue just a tad. And leaves kind of a sweetness on the tongue, which I like. That is nice. I like it. First time I've had this one, so I'm really happy with it.
Good. All right.
See how it goes. It's supposed to go with stout. I didn't. Okay. Not go with stout, but apparently there's some stout in here. I might be able to taste a hint of that in terms of a tiny slight bitterness. Yeah, it's not what I would call a beer cheese, but it's on the fringes.
All right.
That's what I would say. All right. This is a cinnamon dolce. It has a little bit of a head, which is nice. And I've been stuck on porters and stouts with chocolate and caramel and vanilla and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is a little bit of a change. Oh, wow. That vanilla is very strong. Hint of chocolate. I wouldn't say so much caramel as butterscotch because it smells a little buttery. Not very hoppy. All right, here we go.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheesers.
Cheers.
Drink it. It's not cheeser.
Chadeo, you picked a good one. Oh my. The cinnamon is right there. So is the vanilla. Hi, August. Thanks for being here, honey. Oh my gosh. And it doesn't have, if there's any chocolate, it's so faint, maybe to help balance it out. Not at all effervescent. There's definitely a cinnamon vanilla sweet finish, which I like. Slightly bitter, but not enough to turn me off because you know I don't like really bitter beer. It's very smooth. I like it a lot. Let's see what happens. See what the cheese brings it out at all. Yeah, that's okay. 6%, by the way, ABV.
6. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Wow. That's an amazing blend. As soft as this beer is, it adds that cinnamon note to the cheese, which is really interesting and really nice. The cheese still stands out just a little bit. It drowns the beer out a little, but you still get that sense of the cinnamon. It's like there was a little cinnamon sprinkled on the cheese. I'll have to try that actually.
Very nice.
All right, let's try it this way.
Beer's chip.
Mm-hmm.
Please be delicious. And beer.
That's a 360. I mean, it goes either way. A little more of the cheese still, but it takes some of that cinnamon and vanilla, mixes with the cheese. I think it's great. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
The creamy with the cinnamon, yeah, or the little caramel or whatever, yeah, or whatever might be going.
Well, cinnamon and a little sweetness, sort of like a caramely whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's beautiful.
I've had that beer. It's really good, actually. I thought that beer was great.
Try it.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
good. The cheese is good, and this is good, and I'm a happy camper.
All right. It's all that matters. Cool. Thanks. Thank you, Sparkle. Cheers. I'm glad that worked. Right on.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
Well, cheers to everyone in the chat. I'm glad you guys are having some interesting and good pairings there. But cheers to the chat. Hardens James, cheers to you. I mean, what kind of cheese? It was a stout cheese, right?
Yeah,
Or-
it's Fiscalini craft beer cheese,
There you go.
and it has some stout in it.
Cool. Awesome. Never
Thanks
seen
for
that.
asking.
And you got it at Safeway. That's crazy.
Yes, I did in Tombstone.
Okay. The Safeway that I've been going to just has the same shit. Like, I want to go to the one over in Astoria. Theirs is always better. They have like 20 million different kinds. I'm gonna have to go there next time.
Well, I was afraid I wouldn't find cheeses that I wanted if I waited until we got back to Oro Valley. And so we went in on our way, and then on our way back, I went, okay, these look interesting. Tom does the shopping. I just didn't know if they'd have it, so I picked it up. And I'm glad I did. Glad I did.
Cool. Yeah, I've never seen it either. Yeah, cool, man. I like seeing new cheeses. So, and I don't believe I've seen Bumpy's either. I might have had that actually. I know I had one with 3 peppers or something in it, so it might have been something similar.
Of course, that's pretty popular.
Right. Yep.
Yes,
sure
exactly.
Sure
Definitely.
is. Cool. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Cheers to the chat though. East Coast. Our Tanner man. Cheers to you, buddy. So you got Sammy. Cheers to you and Cabarco Carlos. Yeah. Haven't seen you in a while, dude. All right. And Hardens James. Just trying to go through Kettleheads beer and I couldn't say that fast enough. Kettleheads barbecue and beer. Burley Sullivan. Cheers to you guys. All right. Just want to catch up with everyone. And of course, August Acrylic Art. Cheers, August.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, definitely.
My buddy.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start my stuff. So I did a drain pour. It was terrible. It tasted like cat pee and like wet mop water.
Oh, crap. You see enough of that during the day.
It's really not good. I'm sorry, but not good. Not a good beer. So I'm going to go ahead and reintroduce a new beer. This is from Worthy out of Bend, Oregon. It's their Cosmic Portal Cocoa Porter. It's a 5.4% with 25 IBUs. It was only $2.95 for the can without tax. No tax in Oregon. But yeah, so I'll turn it around. It's kind of all cosmic-y and cool. Worthy puts out some decent beers. My wife doesn't like their one Imperial Stout that's pretty, I like it, but it gets her a little wonky. This was canned, I don't even know, 9. So September. That's cool. Let's open it up and review it.
Woo.
I still have beef jerky in my mouth from earlier. And taquitos.
From Dio.
From Dio. Okay. So that poured a 2-finger head, we'll say, a little less than my sausage fingers. It's a nice, creamy, compact head, though. Kind of sizzly on the sides, a little silky, but really fluffy on the top. I could show you it if it didn't. There you go. You can kind of see that fluffiness. Dark brown color. You do get the little hue down there at the bottom, a little reddish kind of brown hue. But opaque, can't see through it. And if you want to compare it to the black octopus on my glass that my lovely wife got me, it is definitely a black beer or a dark brown. So I can't see the carbonation or anything, so I don't really know. Let's nose it. Cheers, nosers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's got a sweet, like almost vanilla sweet caramel smell to it. You're getting a little bit of the cocoa. It's like a sweet cocoa, like almost like they put sweet sugar in with some baker's chocolate. It's more of a dark chocolatey kind of smell with the vanilla, big vanilla, caramel. It's really all you get. It's very malty though. Got a nice malty build there. All right, let's drink it. Cheers.
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 A lot like the aromas. It's somewhat thin. Well, it's not thin. It's only 5.6. I've been drinking on a 7, so it's anything that's under 7 is gonna taste thin to me. But it's nice though. It's got a nice dry. It's got a dry finish, kind of chalky, mineral like feel on the tongue. Almost kind of. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna go there. It's you're definitely getting the flavors of the cocoa, but there's even a bigger like caramel vanilla more than the actual cocoa, which it says it's a cocoa porter. So I don't really get I get chocolate, but I don't get like it as much as I would have thought. It's like what the fuck. It almost tastes like they might have a little lactose in this or something. It doesn't say it on the can, but it does have like a sweetness to it. The mouthfeel is it's creamy, somewhat creamy, kind of soft. The body the body is like I'd say light, medium light. No alcohol. Good a good drinker. It goes down fairly well. It's just got this weird flavor that it's kind of weird. Anyway, I guess you're getting the chocolate. It's like a baker's chocolate. It's like a semi-sweet chocolate. But it's got this weird toffee caramel kind of vanilla that's not playing well with it. But I can still drink it. It's drinkable. It's just not. It's weird. All right. Enough of that. Damn beers. I gotta go to the other store in Astoria.
Beers.
But no, he doesn't have better beers. Sometimes I don't know. All right, so here's so this is the cheese. It's a smoked cheddar from Croc out of Australia, I believe, something like that. Nice big old brick, and it's got like the smoked kind of sides there, the aged cheese, whatever you call it, the rind. And I might actually eat that, but for now I'm going to eat the center. Yeah, it's just really hard and breaks. It's a very extra sharp cheddar. I'm going to eat it. Let's smell it first. It's very smoky. It's got almost that tuna kind of thing, like that fishy tuna. I know it sounds.
You and your tuna.
God damn it. It's umami-ish though. It's got that meaty thing. Always the smoky gives me that meaty. Creamy though, salty. Very nice salinity there. Almost a sweet nuttiness as well. It's quite nice. It smells really good. I want to eat it so bad. Let's eat it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Sort of soft. It's not like super hard. Well, it is actually. It's dry, so it's that extra sharp. Definitely. No flavor crystals, but it dries in your mouth, on your palate. It just kind of dries and fluffs. It's like it's whiffy or whiffy. The word. As I chew it, I'm getting through the smoky. Kind of goes through it. It's definitely got a smoky, like a hickory smoke or something like that. But it's got that cheddary experience, if you want to put it that way. It's definitely cheddar. It's definitely got a sharp cheddar sharpness. Salty. It's not overwhelming salt. It mixes in really well with the creaminess. It's very creamy actually, very nice. It's got this condensed milk kind of flavor. Yeah, evaporated milk or whatever you call that. Yeah, what you put in like pumpkin pie mix or whatever you're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna eat it with the rind real quick too. See that? It's super dry though. Ah, you need something to drink. So that lighter beer might actually work. Let's go. So I eat that. I'm gonna eat that. And we're gonna go into the beer. Beer cheese.
Beer and cheese.
Cheers. But cheers. But beer cheese.
Beet cheesers.
But cheers.
It's hard to chew, man. That was a big block, or a chunk. Oh, it's like eating peanut butter. You gotta have something to kind of mix it up.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
I wish I had more crunch. Oh my god, bacon! I'm getting bacon with that rind, like a bacony kind of tuna.
Interesting.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the vanilla in this or something. There's something weird in this beer that off.
Who
It's
knows
real.
how great beers?
Yeah, it's not. It's not that great.
Bad beer.
Bad beer day. It's been a weird beer day. Dude, I picked up a Joker card. I got a little story for you. I was cleaning today, and underneath the mat of this rug that had a dining room table was on it and all that other chairs. And I went under it. We're supposed to clean 6 inches under, with the vacuum and get all the dust and shit and sand and all that crap out of there. And all of a sudden, a Joker card is upright at me, looking at me, smiling, and I pick it up and I put it in my card. And all of a sudden, coming home, all this shit starts happening to me. Because I was looking up, I'm like, what does the Joker card mean when you find it? Just wildly and random. Yeah, damn. So
that's hilarious.
Just not having good time with beers today. But no, I don't know. The beer kind of has this weird flavor and it goes through the cheese and kind of doesn't let you taste the cheese anymore. It's the cheese sticks in your like throat and cheeks and palate, like you get it, but that beer kind of washes down wrong with the vanilla and this weird toffee caramel kind of thing. I don't like it. Let's go beer cheese beers check. A little piece. Thank God for that cheese. Because that just smothered the beer. I like that. Yeah, cheese. For this particular pairing, I would rather have the beers chat. That's really good. But no, not a good pairing. So I'll have my last thoughts. Damn it. All right. Cannot win them all. All right. So let's go ahead and get our last thoughts. And let's bring up Bumpy and his beautiful doggy. Oh, yeah.
Aw.
Look at her.
Hello.
You're a cutie. And she knows. She's smiling, right. Dude.
Well, my last thoughts are everything good, Sadie? Smell bad? All right. The beer. Like I said, it's kind of just down to basics on it. Maybe a bit overboard on some of the darker malt. Getting a bit too burnt and ashen on the tail end. ABV's well hidden. I'd say it's the beer's in the good range. I'd probably give this very large Baltic Porter for what it is, 10%. I'd probably score it around like a 30, a 39 out of a 50 on my scale there. But I used to do. Whew.
Oh, peppers.
Up some peppers.
Peppers.
The cheese. For what it is, Colby Jack is a very bland ass cheese. You're not getting much out of it. It's a good melting cheese. Put it on some things, but you definitely need other spices if you want any other flavors, in which they added the peppers. The peppers came through quite nicely. Like I said, I could pick out all three peppers. Different slices had different notes. The first flavors I was getting when there was less pepper in the whole thing was the jalapeno. I love jalapenos. I use them on a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So pretty good jalapeno flavor. Good spice out of these jalapenos as well. I mean, there's probably a blend from the habanero peppers as well for the spice there, but yep, getting the habanero flavor, which the habaneros have a nice kind of fruity type flavor to them. The spice is kind of what kicks you sometimes. Not the hottest pepper in the world. Some people I can eat them okay. It does give me the hiccups there sometimes, from the heat occasionally, but yeah, they got a good flavor up front. And then the chipotle pepper is always with the it's a smoky jalapeno type flavor. Quite nice. So all three of those peppers came through on this cheese. I think they did a great job. It's definitely a spicy cheese. It's doing what it's going to do for the style of cheese that it is. So I think it's an excellent cheese. I'd score up there in like the 47 out of 50 range. As far as the pairing went, it was okay. I think with the amount of spice in this, I think a sweeter, less bitter type beer would be better. So maybe like a double, like the double chocolate from who the hell does the double chocolate? What's that English beer there? The stout.
Young's.
Yeah, Young's double chocolate or something might go better with this. I think chocolate's a good thing because you do have the chocolate habanero peppers as well. So I think chocolate goes well with spice. So I think that's kind of the route to go. I wouldn't do an IPA with this. It would just boost up the heat. Basically, I think is all that's going to happen. And that would also probably boost the bitterness of an IPA as well. So I'd say it's more of something that would go with like a porter stout type deal, but just sweeter. Something on the sweeter side with chocolate. Definitely chocolate.
All right.
Cheers. I'm gonna let the dog go.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Bumpy. All right. We got Sparkle next.
If I was to go to a brunch where they had waffles, pancakes, French toast, and then a dessert bar, I would say this would be a fantastic beer if I was going to drink beer at a brunch. It's very light, it's thin, but it still has some beautiful flavors of the cinnamon and the vanilla. I can see that going with a brunch, especially if they had a chocolate fondue. This would be amazing. I would give this beer easily a 95 because it's light, it's refreshing, it's not overpowering. It gives you some flavors that are very distinct, and I like that. As far as the cheese goes, I think it's an absolute beautiful blend with the beer. It is a mild cheddar, so you still get that little bit of cheddar taste, but it's not overpowering. So also very nice at hors d'oeuvres or brunch to go with fruit. It wouldn't be overpowering. I'm very happy with it, and even on its own, I'm happy with it. So I would definitely give the cheese a 98. I'd be very happy to eat this with many things. So I would say that it pairs beautifully. Like I said, 360 either way. Cheese before beer or beer before cheese. So that gave it a really well-rounded experience. So as far as the experience goes, I'd say a 95.
Oh wow, jeez, that's a winner.
It is
Winner, chicken dinner.
winner.
That's great. All right. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Sparkle. Good things. All right. Cool. Um, 95. That's the best yet. Um, so this I could have gone with something else. I should have used the West Coast IPA I was going to use. Damn it. But this porter was a little wonk. I didn't really like like I was saying, the vanillas and the other things that were coming through, the toffee caramelish like thing. It was a little weird. Not your typical porter. I didn't get the cocoa. I would have wished there would have been like more chocolate. It's there, but it's not dominant. And if you're going to put that on the can, then at least make it dominant. Make it
Right.
that's what it is. Or change the damn name of the whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, adjunct beer that went wrong. So the beer, I'm gonna give it like a 75. I didn't really like it. It was more in the C average range, out of 100. And the cheese was just freaking fantastic. It was a really good cheese. I want to get it again, definitely. Won't get the beer again, but the cheese I'll get again, and I'll definitely give that like a 90, 96. We'll go 96. That sounds good to me. I like I like that umami-ish like thing. I like the smoky cheeses; they're so good. The smoky cheddars I think are the best. Smoky sharp cheddar, extra sharp. I would have wanted the crystals in it, but you can't ask for everything. It's sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. It sounded like an Almond Joy or a Mounds commercial, but but it's really it's a good cheese. The pairing, um, yeah. Cheese before beer wasn't really great. I'd rather have the beer before cheese because it smothered out the beer. So I'd probably go with like a 70 on the pairing. So hey, you win some, you lose some. That's the way it goes. That's what this is all about. So
Right.
cheers. Sometimes you waste your money buying things, and I'm sorry, but for the consumer that wants to listen to this channel and go, fuck, maybe I shouldn't get that cheese with that beer. Well, then I'm glad we helped you out. So that's what this is about, informative information. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next stage. Let's go ahead and do our shout outs. I'm going to take off this banner. I'm trying to get ready for the East Coast, so I got to start talking kind of Boston-like. Boston. All right. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring up this panel with Bumpy first. And if you want to go ahead, whoever wants to go is fine. There's no order, so do what you got to do.
Looks like he's with his Bowser. Okay, I'll go up. I'm going to do a shout out about my channel. Starting tomorrow, well, actually tonight, I'm going to do an introduction about the next 7 days where I will be doing a piece of Valentine art every day for 7 days.
Awesome.
And they'll be short. I'm not doing them as premieres, so people don't have to click in on a certain time. They can just go and watch when they want to. And they'll be like 15 minutes or less. So I thought that would be a good way to get me back in the gear because I've been not in the gear for a while on my channel. So I was hoping that would be a good start. And other than that, I can just say that my art community are doing amazing things. Fun Valentine stuff, beautiful collaboration last weekend with about 12 artists. And everybody is just doing some amazing stuff, including August, who went to get a phone call, but he's really stepped it up a notch. He's done some incredible things. So at any rate, So check out the YouTube art community, and you will not be disappointed.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Sparkle. All right. And Bumpy, what you got?
Cheers. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll give a shout out to what's my top 5 on my if I go on my subscription list. And that would be geez, I have to actually go look at it. I'll just read them off. These are folks that I mean, I'm joining up on your live streams a lot, and I'm also plugged in to your live streams. But we got let me look at my top 5 of the people that it's going to be all messed up now because there's people that are live. But I know that Beer Man was definitely on there. Alex the Beer Master, East Coast LQ reviews, and Short and Stout beer reviews. Sammy. So I've been watching some more of his stuff. So he's definitely on there. FLX beer reviews is there as well. So and Miscellaneous beer reviews. So cheers to all you guys. I know there's more than 5, but the whole live thing kind of, those are the folks. Some are up live. So cheers to you guys for putting out some great content, good lives, a lot of lives. Most of you guys are putting out a lot of live shows, so that's good. And yeah, we'll say he was on my lap. She started her period.
Oh dear.
So that's
okay, keep her in the house.
she's not spayed, so
okay.
Yeah, I have a nice little red dot on my jeans now.
Keep her protected.
So
thanks for that information, Bub.
You're welcome.
That's life.
On my channel, I'm putting out some beer reviews. I got one I put out today. It was Decadent Decapod. It was a New England IPA from Bellwether. Or not Bell. I keep calling it Bellwether. It's not Bellwether. Bellflower Brewing Company out of Portland. I even called it Bellwether at the end of the video.
I know you did.
When I edited it, I'm like, did I just call it Bellwether?
I need to see it.
I think Bellwether's like I think it's a credit union. I think that's what it is here.
Oh.
Well, it's actually a legal term for a group of states, and the bellwether states are grouped together as a conglomerate in legal terms.
Oh.
Just saying.
So like the Northeast states that are all small and grouped together.
Right.
Okay. Right. So we're in a Bellwether. So cool. Yeah, I got another beer coming out. It's a very important one, so you should all watch it. I think I have that deemed for Thursday. Be coming out this Thursday. It's only very important because it changed my complete structure of how I was reviewing my beer because things happen. But I just dropped, if anybody hasn't seen, my smash burgers. I made smash burgers tonight, so I videoed the best I could from a bumpy perspective of having no actual camera people or lighting or multiple cameras. And so basically you get to see me do the whole cook.
Awesome.
So that's how, and I eat it too, because that's always the bummer when you don't get to see somebody actually like eat the food that they make, and they just go Oh, it's good. So I take a few bites. I
Nice.
describe it, kind of what it's tasting like. That way, if you wanted to try to follow what I did, then you'll know that it either works or doesn't work.
I appreciated your sauce recipe for the Tao chicken.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, if you don't like spicy, I would use just maybe
I'll use a little less.
a half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon. I use 3 teaspoons.
Holy cow!
But the wife likes spicy. I like spicy. So
There you go.
yeah, I can tolerate more spicy than the wife can. So she was happy with the. She was happy with the.
Good. It looked delicious.
Nice. Cool. I'm behind on everyone right now, so give me a little time. It's my Friday.
It's Friday.
Cool.
What?
Cool, guys. No, I gotta catch up on people's videos on you guys, just everything. So bear with me. But I did post. Thank you, Bumpy. Cheers. Thank you, Sparkle. I posted both of your guys' links. The last one Bumpy spoke of with the smash burgers, and then Sparkle's Valentine's thingamajigger you're doing.
Thank you.
So there you go. Click on those links and go check it out. All right. So yeah, you guys are. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you guys, man. Good friends, and so there's a shout out already right there. One shout out, another shout out I'll give you is Hop Killer Brewery. It's a guy I've been watching. I was watching it because I wanted to see a Kolsch. How someone did their Kolsch and all that, and he does one here. Actually, I'll just here. So there's the link there for that dude. But yeah, he's cool. He's it's grain to glass kind of thing. His last thing was budget home brewing setup, homebrew competition tips. Apparently he's been in some homebrew competitions, stuff like that. So that's stuff I like to look at, just because I've been brewing for the last year, almost pushing 2 years here now. Well, longer than that, but getting back into it, let's say. Fuck, I think I started in like 2007. I took like a huge hiatus, like a 6-year.
Yeah.
But I always liked brewing though. I always liked to brew. I always liked learning about it and stuff. And I don't know. I got pissed off at having to go outside in the snow and the rain all the time. I was pissed and didn't have a garage, and it just gets annoying dealing with all that. So I was fortunate enough to get a nice system and brew some decent beers, I guess. So it's cool. But speaking of that, got the Kolsch here. It's done. It's not doing any more bubbling, so I'm gonna do one more reading of that to see where we're at. I think it was at 4.9. It was wanting a 5.2, so still okay with the 4.9, which is within range. So we'll go ahead and crash that up and put it in the keg and crash it for about a month or two and see if it tastes good. But other than that, got the winter ale as well. All ready to go. Got to can these up. I'm gonna box them up and put them in the
Ooh, that's good.
kind of death like.
Oh, that's wild.
AI generated. So I put Blizzard warning in, and the AI generator gave me that picture, so I went with it. Nice. But yeah, so that's going out to you two, and of course Chadeo and some others. So look out for that in the near future here next week. Other than that, got Beer and Cheese Tuesday, of course. It's always open. Next week we're gonna do anything too. So bring whatever you want. Yeah. So I think the second week of every month I'm gonna do that. So yeah, next week bring whatever drink you can. Bring a mixer, wine. You can bring, any, but it has to have alcohol. It has to have alcohol in it. And it can be a low ABV, it can be a high. I don't care what it is. So, and just bring cheese, of course. That's your other component. But and then all spun out tomorrow. That never changes. It's the same thing ever, and always anyone's invited. Well, Beer and Cheese Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern, and all spun out 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 mine. Yeah, so tomorrow, bring your beers based on adjectives. Any new people can come in with whatever you want, and don't show that ABV because we got a nice little contest or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Guess that ABV or something like that. I guess there's nothing else. I've got some. No, I don't. Never mind. Strike that. Okay, we're done. Had a great time. This was a fun one. I want to thank you guys on the panel, Bumpy Road Brews and Art by Sparkle. Cheers, guys. Guy and gal. And, of course, Mr. Beerman speaking for himself here. And, of course, the chat. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. Kettleheads, August Acrylic Art, Hardens James. It's good to see you. Take care of those lungs, buddy. Who else we got? We had East Coast LQ Reviews, Tanner, Sammy, Short and Stout Beer Reviews, Cabaco Carlos. If you haven't seen Cabaco's Carlos, you got to go check him out. He's a funny dude. I haven't seen his stuff in a while, dude. I'm kind of glad to see he's still floating. Chadeo was in the house as well, and Burley Sullivan. So cheers, guys. Had a great time.
Cheers.
We're going to go ahead and end this. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from this beautiful world, but not after one more sip.
One more
Of my crappy order. Oh, I hate this beer.
I love this beer.
We all ended up with dark beer. I haven't had any water. I'm definitely dehydrated.
Oh, yeah.
That's thick for you, dude.
Cheers. Cheers.